Today we're making easy, high-protein cottage cheese pancakes. So to my blender, I'm adding a half cup of cottage cheese. Next, I'm gonna add in half of a banana. This is a spotty banana just to add a little bit of extra sweetness. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 eggs. So these are gonna be super high protein from the cottage cheese and then also the eggs. We have a little bit of sweetness from the banana. Now I'm just gonna take some oats, just a 1/4 cup. And I'm also gonna add those right in. I also love that these are super easy to make and you just throw them into the blender. I'm gonna add a pinch of salt. That might have been a little too much. I'm gonna add some cinnamon because I love cinnamon with my pancakes. I've been craving pancakes lately, so I am excited to try this recipe out. And then I'm just gonna do a little bit of baking powder just to make them nice and fluffy. Oops. Just trying to grab a spoon and I grabbed a fork. And I'm just gonna do maybe like a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, just a tiny bit. Because this makes a single serve of pancakes, so we don't wanna overdo it on the baking powder. So I'm just gonna put my lid on my blender and we are gonna... You guys, ignore Lulu. We must be getting a package or something. But isn't that so funny? She seriously sometimes will like howl. Not even just a bark, a full-on howl. So if anyone else's dog does that, let me know in the comments. Let's go ahead and blend these up until smooth. Okay guys, our blender might be catching on fire. We smell something burning. Okay, well, anyways, that's blended enough. Okay, I have my pan heated to about medium heat and I added a little bit of butter. And we're just gonna pour our pancake batter right into the pan. That one's not gonna be very pretty, but hopefully it'll taste good. They seem a little bit thin, honestly. So if you want them to be a little bit thicker, feel free to add a little bit more oats. Okay, I did add just a couple more tablespoons of oats to the rest of the batter just because I do want them to be a little bit thicker. So we'll let these cook. They'll probably still taste good, but if you want them to be a little bit thicker, just add a little more oats and blend. Guys, I'm laughing at the shape of this one, but we're gonna go ahead and flip these because they are thin, so, oh my goodness gracious. Okay, it's not making pancakes unless the first 2 are really ugly, right? I feel like that's a thing. The first 2 are usually just like a trial. So maybe we'll set these aside. Okay, we are gonna add some more batter. And our first 2 are about done. Again, not the prettiest pancakes, but hopefully the taste will redeem them. So we're just gonna add these to our plate. And then we'll add some more batter. We have a guest here. She is wanting a pancake. She could actually probably eat one of these pancakes. Maybe she can have a little bite, but I don't want her to get sick, so. I know you want pancakes. I know. Okay. All right, so as you can see, this one has bubbles on it, so that means it's about time to flip. Okay, that one turned out a lot better, I feel like. So we'll let this one cook a couple more minutes and then we will flip. All right, let's go ahead and give this one a flip. Okay, these are turning out a lot better. All right, these should be about done. So I'm gonna go ahead and add these last few to my plate. Okay, we started off a little rocky, but I feel like we have a strong end. Those look pretty good, right? Okay, we have our high protein cottage cheese pancakes. So I did a little stack. This actually makes a pretty big portion. For being high protein and made with healthy ingredients, I feel like this is a good serving size. It'll definitely keep you nice and full with that protein, and the oats have fiber, protein from the eggs. So now it's time for the true test. Let's see if they taste good. But first, let's add some toppings, of course. So I mixed up a little bit of powdered peanut butter. This is what I used. I'll show you guys the packaging. Used a little bit of that. So I am just gonna go ahead and drizzle this over the pancakes. Yum, think I'm gonna go for like a peanut butter jelly vibe today. So we have our powdered peanut butter, which is also very high in protein. And then I'm also gonna add some jam. So if you guys have ever heard of this brand, it's super good and there's no sugar added. It's called Chia Smash. And the only ingredients are cherries, pomegranate juice, dates, chia seeds, and lemon juice, and a little bit of fruit pectin. So really good ingredients, and I love this flavor. They have a bunch of different flavors. So we're just gonna go ahead and add maybe a little dollop of that on top. So these are gonna be kind of like peanut butter and jelly pancakes. Okay, let's also go ahead and add a little bit of extra cinnamon because I love cinnamon. All right, how good do these look? Like I said, we started off a little bit iffy, but I feel like these look delicious. They are a little bit flatter than regular pancakes, but is flatter a word? More flat? They're a little bit more flat than regular pancakes, but as long as they taste good, I don't really mind. So let's go ahead and do a taste test. Okay, before I take a bite, I'm gonna spread this jam around a little bit just to make sure we get some with every bite. And I am hungry. I did a bar class this morning. So I ate one of those brownie balls that I'm posting before I went, but that is all I've had. So I am definitely hungry. Okay, yum. The texture of these looks perfect. Okay, my mouth is seriously watering. I can't wait to dive in. Here we go. It's kind of a big bite. Okay, these were actually even better than I was expecting. Texture and consistency is perfect, and they're actually perfectly sweet, even without using any maple syrup or anything. And the only thing sweetening the actual pancakes was that half of a banana. So honestly, these are amazing. I am definitely gonna start making these all the time. So good, so high in protein. They were easy to make, and they're delicious. Especially with that jam. I love the flavor with the jam and the peanut butter powder. So good, you guys. Let me know in the comments if you'll try these high protein cottage cheese pancakes.